Welcome to this tutorial on how to sew on a button. Please subscribe and like this video. Thank you. I had just gotten the needle out of the pack, and so I looped the thread through the needle head for those that are familiar with what needles look like. And so I looped it in and then I dragged it. You take out the amount of thread that you will need or and in excess, depends on what you want to use. And then I cut it at the edge and you ensure that you tie it. Don't forget that part is very important. And then as the video will show you next, I cut it off. I cut off the excess, and then I went in with I placed the button at the right place where I wanted the button to be. And so, and then you'll see that you have to sew from the back, not from the front. And so I pressed, yes, I pushed the button onto the cloth, and then I looped in the first one. After looping it in, you ensure that, okay, this is the right place you want it to be. So it was the right place for me, so I didn't have to start all over again. And so, and then I went in again from the back. From the back, you can see from the back, and then I'll sew again. So just to let you know, you have to sew as much as is possible for it to be strong, because this is just a double threaded needle with the thread just double. And so I had to go over and over again through that hole I just showed you. And then, but I was going from the back, not the front. And so in this case, I turned the shirt at the back, and so I was just going in and sewing it. So whatever you're trying to sew, you do the same thing, but depends on the button you're trying to sew on your shirt, on your dress, because they have different buttons and different hole patterns. So in this one's just a loop behind. So I ensure that I went in and I was just trying to verify that it's getting stronger as I go on, and then I continue again. In this case, for some people, if you don't want it to be strong, which is not advisable, and you can stop now and tie it. But in this case, I wanted it to be very, very strong. And so I kept doing it. I kept doing it until I felt it very strong and firm. Right now, as you can see in this video, I struggled a little bit here. It happens because of the constant looping of the thread. So it becomes really difficult sometimes to insert the needle, but you have to keep going. And then I looped it doubled. I was trying to tie in this case. So I looped it double, and then you drag it. You drag the extra string. Yeah, okay. And then I was satisfied at this time, like, okay, this is good. This is what I was going for. And then I went ahead to cut it. So I cut it, and then I didn't cut it at the extreme. I left a little thread and I cut it. And then what I did was to tie. I wanted to tie it to even make it stronger. So I separated the two strands of needle, and then I made it like an X shape. Look at it. Yeah, I curved it. Yes. And then I took the extra thread behind, and then I dragged it. So some of you already know this style. So for those that don't understand, you have to give it an X shape and take one pattern behind and straight towards yourself as well, and then you drag it. So I did it 3 times to ensure that it doesn't come off, because I love to be careful when I'm making clothes. And then you cut off the extra strand in this case, because you don't need it, just to make it like look really good and professionally done. And you see the after work, it doesn't look amazing. It does look it. Thank you for watching.